Hi there, welcome to Prime Time. I'm Paul Orford and I'm with Claudia Doumet, a good friend of mine. And in the first part, we talked about your vast experience of business development and what really drives people and how they can become the real best version of themselves. But I thought what's more intriguing is really about how we kind of met each other on our trip, or my trip to Ecuador, where we first kind of come across each other and we found out we're both from Cyprus. And it was quite interesting really, because I was in Quito and then you invited me down to your, would you call it not residence, your land, I guess, down in Canoa. So maybe it's best if you tell us some more about that.
Well, life has amazing turns, and one of those amazing opportunities was to meet you in Quito and discover that we both live in Cyprus. And it was a pleasure to be able to show you one of the most unspoiled and beautiful beach in Ecuador, which is Canoa, in which I have been blessed that I inherited this property by the sea. And simultaneously to my work, I am developing a project there, which is basically a resort by the beach and a kind of community, a gate community that is trying to balance the harmony between the environment, between the sea and the mountains, and the ecological balance, so that people can really switch off from their daily life like you did.
Yep.
I remember that you were amazed to be able to forget.
Well, there's two things I remember. First of all, you kept telling me not off, because I kept calling it canoe, when it's actually canoe. But also like the shrimp, the food and stuff like that. I've never had anything like it. And the fact you're on the Pacific Ocean. And I kind of went there with an open mind of just seeing what happens, you know, because I've never experienced the Pacific. So it's something which is absolutely staggering when you see it. Well, how many kilometres is it? Something like 10 kilometres?
17
kilometres, there you go.
White sandy beach, unspoiled, in which you are completely secluded, but also at a very short distance you have the village of Canoa, which has this kind of hip atmosphere with bars and people playing live music, Latin music, and the fishermen come every day, as you were able to see, with their catch of shrimps, lobster, mussels, and all sort of fish. I mean, it is really a luxury to be able to pick up the catch of the day and they prepare it to you in the way you want.
Now, as somebody who wasn't very well versed in your region, you're probably going to get asked this question a lot yourself. Is it politically stable? I mean, how safe is my money, essentially, if I'm going to invest in a project such as this?
Well, I find that quite an exaggeration, to be honest, because in the world we live today, nothing is guaranteed. I mean, you can see in the region we are surrounded by wars or threats of invasion or terrorism, or in other areas in the world you have the danger of hurricanes. And Ecuador and South America, in the Pacific side of South America, you don't have that kind of natural threats, and you completely switch off from all the kind of wars or bombings or terrorism, because South America is a peaceful area. Yes, you get certain political unstable countries, but tell me one in the world that you can guarantee complete tranquility and stability. On the other hand, in Ecuador, you can enjoy an amazing weather the whole year round, because although the name gives the impression that you can have very hot temperatures, it's not true. We have the Andes Mountains, so because of the altitude, the maximum temperature in Quito, the capital, it goes to 24, 25 during the day, and it drops at nighttime to 10 degrees centigrade. And in the coast where you were with me, it was maximum 32. So really, when I see that in the Mediterranean we get in certain months 40 or 42, is something you never get over there. So apart from that, you enjoy a relative security and safety, because as I say always, I grew up between Ecuador and Brazil, and if you have common sense, you can do whatever you want. But if you try to go to certain neighborhoods, even in London or in Paris or in New York, and you are dressed like a Christmas tree, of course you will attract the wrong kind of attention, isn't it? So I think common sense always helps.
All right, cool. Now look, you're aware more than most, that I'm not sure that the viewers are, that I'm probably one of the hardest sells for these things. I'm very, very English insofar as I'm not your spa type of person. However, I was completely sold on the idea. You almost had to push me through the door to get me in there. But this sort of thing is the kind of market I guess you're going to aim for, because you're always going to have a percentage of people who go to a spa, but if you can convert the 20% of people like myself who actually went there, had a good time, relaxed, had some lovely shrimp, nice wines, but it's just the tranquility of going from the city to the beach, you know, and there's a huge market I think for that now. Just I don't even call it a Zen break or something like that, I guess.
Totally, I totally agree with you, Paul. I think that there is a market, a niche of the market for this kind of holistic concept in which you can have a luxury infrastructure with European standard or American standard of facilities and a spa. We are going to build a spa which will be one of the best places in the area. But at the same time, we want to combine into respecting the environment so that people can really come and get off their daily routine and stress and hassle. Plus, for investors, it's amazing to be able to buy your own suite or your own apartment or your own bungalow and be part of a resort in which you can enjoy 5-star facilities. And during the months that you will not use it, you can even rent it and get an additional income. And also be able to come whenever you want for as long as you want, not to be with the constraint of having just a hotel room or staying 2 weeks per year. Instead, you can come the whole winter if you want. And the rest, as I said, we can in the hotel have the administration to rent it for you.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Like when you get into these projects, the thing that kind of holds me back is how much of a pain in the backside is it for me to administer. Like once I've brought it, how hard is it to rent out? You know, because I don't want the hassle, man. So if you can take care of that.
Exactly. That's another plus that we're going to give, because we're going to build different type of bungalows, different type of suites, all of them serviced, all of them will be furnished so that it will have a certain harmony and not to have very strong contrast, but also to be able to provide for our guests and for the co-owners the administration side. And as you know, not so many people can be able to be there looking after their guests, so we will do that for them. Just they need to pay a certain fee, monthly fee, and that will be sorted.
All right, cool. So what's the best way for client or potential people to get involved with you? Bear in mind as well, viewers, that this lady, Superbrain, speaks 5 languages and puts me to shame with my one mono language. You know, so.
I'm learning Spanish, Paul, so don't complain.
So what's the best way to get you, Claudia?
To get in touch with me, they can either use WhatsApp or email. My WhatsApp is 00357 536164, or by email to Claudia Doumet, Claudia normal, Doumet, Doumet, @yahoo.com.
Okay, also in this as well, I'll link Claudia's name through on LinkedIn if you're watching it on there, so probably best to go direct there as well on the PM. Madame Doumet, always a pleasure. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much. The pleasure was all mine.
Okay, see you all later. Bye-bye.